India's development under PM Narendra Modi 2014–2025. Since assuming office in 2014, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has steered India through a transformative period across politics, economy, science, technology, and social sectors. His leadership has been marked by ambitious reforms, digital initiatives, global diplomacy, and sustainable development strategies that have reshaped India's trajectory on both domestic and international fronts. Political landscape and governance. From 2014 onwards, Modi's government focused on strengthening governance and enhancing transparency. Major initiatives such as the demonetization of high-value currency notes in 2016 and the introduction of the Goods and Services Tax (GST) in 2017 revolutionized India's financial architecture and reduced the scope for corruption and tax evasion. Digital governance reforms under programs like e-governance and Digital India improved service delivery, allowing citizens to access government services online efficiently. On the international front, India under Modi strengthened diplomatic ties and assumed a more proactive role in global affairs. Participation in platforms such as BRICS, G20, and the United Nations enhanced India's international standing, while strategic partnerships with countries like the United States, Japan, and European nations boosted defense, trade, and technology collaboration. Domestically, federal-state cooperation increased, streamlining policy implementation and strengthening institutional frameworks. Economic growth and reforms. The Modi government pursued ambitious economic reforms aimed at fostering investment, industrialization, and entrepreneurship. Initiatives like Make in India encouraged domestic manufacturing and attracted foreign direct investment, aiming to make India a global manufacturing hub. Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliant India, focused on building local capabilities and reducing dependence on imports, particularly in defense, electronics, and critical industries. Support for small and medium enterprises (SMEs) through easier credit, simplified taxation, and financial assistance bolstered employment and economic resilience. The agricultural sector benefited from schemes such as the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi, providing direct financial support to farmers. Digital payments, UPI platforms, and fintech expansion facilitated financial inclusion, reaching rural and underserved populations. Despite global economic challenges, India maintained robust GDP growth and strengthened its position as one of the fastest-growing major economies in the world. Science, technology, and innovation. The period from 2014 to 2025 saw India emerge as a leader in science and technology. Space programs such as Chandrayaan-2 and Mars orbiter mission Mangalyaan demonstrated India's prowess in space exploration. Investment in artificial intelligence, data analytics, and high-performance computing modernized industries and governance. The Digital India initiative significantly expanded internet connectivity and access to technology in rural areas, enabling e-learning, telemedicine, and online business platforms. India also invested heavily in research and development, biotechnology, and renewable energy technologies. Innovation hubs, startup ecosystems, and government incentives stimulated entrepreneurship and technological advancement. These efforts positioned India as a global hub for software, digital services, and emerging technologies. Climate change and environmental sustainability. Modi's government actively addressed climate change and sustainable development. India committed to the Paris Agreement and pursued ambitious renewable energy targets, becoming one of the largest producers of solar and wind energy globally. Initiatives like the Swachh Bharat mission tackled sanitation, hygiene, and plastic pollution, improving public health and urban environments. Programs to reduce carbon emissions, promote energy efficiency, and expand green infrastructure contributed to sustainable urbanization and environmental stewardship. Social development and public welfare. Social initiatives during this period focused on education, health, and social inclusion. The National Education Policy 2020 aimed to modernize education, emphasize skill development, and integrate technology and learning. The Ayushman Bharat program provided health coverage to millions, improving access to affordable healthcare for economically vulnerable populations. Women's empowerment, rural development, and social welfare programs helped reduce inequalities and promote inclusive growth. Digital platforms transformed citizen engagement, with services like Aadhaar, mobile banking, and online public services facilitating transparency, access, and accountability. Social campaigns on sanitation, renewable energy adoption, and awareness programs contributed to social modernization and behavioral change. Global influence and strategic partnerships. India strengthened its global influence through strategic diplomacy, defense collaboration, trade agreements, and leadership in multilateral forums. Participation in global climate initiatives, technology partnerships, and defense cooperation reinforced India's role as a responsible and emerging global power. India's proactive stance in renewable energy, digital governance, and public health during crises like the COVID-19 pandemic enhanced its global reputation. Conclusion. Between 2014 and 2025, India under Prime Minister Narendra Modi has undergone significant transformation. Politically, the country achieved stronger governance, digital transparency, and global engagement. Economically, structural reforms, industrial growth, digital finance, and agricultural support enhanced resilience and prosperity. Scientific and technological advancements positioned India as a global innovator, while renewable energy and climate initiatives promoted sustainability. Social programs improved education, health, and inclusivity, bridging gaps across regions and demographics. Overall, these years have redefined India's domestic and international landscape, establishing a foundation for long-term growth, technological leadership, and sustainable development. India emerged as a more self-reliant, technologically advanced, and globally influential nation, marking 2014-2025 as a transformative era in its modern history.